So I usually get questions around influencer marketing. What is an influencer? How do you become an influencer? How do you connect with brands? There's so many questions on this budding market. So many people who are aspiring to become an influencer, but we don't always have access to information. Hey there, my name is Ntha and I'm a digital creator from Malawi. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you can become a part of the community. So I don't in the very essence consider myself an influencer, but that's the thing about influencer marketing. You don't have to say I'm an influencer for you to be influential. All you have to do is be influential. So I wanted to do this series about influencer marketing. What is being an influencer? How do you start from scratch? How do you make a living as an influencer? How do you monetize your influence? How do you get brands to collaborate with you? And I wanted to do this as a series, so I'm going to start with this very first video talking about the very basic definition of being an influencer. What is being an influencer? How can you become an influencer? So this is going to be a series of several videos. I am a media strategist, a digital media strategist for several brands. So I want to share with you what I know about influencer marketing from my perspective as an influencer in my country, Malawi. And this is so relevant because I feel like we see influencers, but they're usually in the US, they're usually in the UK. You don't exactly get the African context. So this is about the African context. What has worked for me as a Malawian, as an African creator, as an African influencer. So hopefully you can pick one or two tricks that will also work for you and your brand. So to start off this series, instead of just going into how influencers make money, how to get brands to recognize you, I thought I would start from the very basics, and that's to discuss what is being an influencer. Now we'll talk about digital influencers, social media influencers, but since before social media, there were always influencers. You can look at your community, there are traditional leaders, there are political leaders, just key opinion leaders that we follow and look up to. So those are all influencers, but in the digital age, in the social media spaces, there are key opinion leaders that we look up to, and those are called social media influencers. So even when politics is concerned or just general society is concerned, people with influence almost always monetize their influence. So there are always brands that are looking to partner with, maybe they're political parties, but there's always somebody willing to pay for a change in opinion. So influencers, especially in the digital age, monetize their influence. Brands partner with influencers to basically get word out about whatever it is they would want to leverage. So there are those influencers who partner with brands to promote a particular product, or sometimes a brand will just want to be affiliated to a person. So basically, like if I like something, I'll talk about it and the brand will be willing to pay for it. So there are two key things when it comes to being an influencer / influencer marketing. The first one is that you must have the power to affect the purchasing decisions over other people. So like I talked about even in politics, if I'm going to be a political influencer, basically I must be able to affect how other people will vote. So I'm talking about like if it's voting, I'm able to affect how other people will vote. My voice matters in that sense. So an influencer has the power to influence decisions. Now the second most important thing is the niche. So what niche do you influence as a digital influencer? Who is your target market? Who are the people that trust your opinion on this thing? I'll give you an example of myself. I'm in digital media. I'm a trusted voice in travel. I think I'm a bit of a trusted voice in self-care. I'm a trusted voice in current affairs. So I know these are my niches and I'm able to monetize this. Basically, brands trust me to say, if you want to change people's opinion in travel, Nthanda is a person to go to work with on this. When it comes to, for example, say makeup, I mean, I do a bit of makeup, but you can't trust me as a voice to say I have great opinions on makeup because I really don't. So when it comes to being an influencer, you must know your niche, you must know your audience, and you must know how you're able to transform that opinion and leverage that. Now, there's so many different ways to differentiate influencers, especially in the digital space. One is by size. So when you're talking about size, there are macro influencers, there are mid influencers, there are nano influencers, there are macro influencers. And this comes to play especially where people are looking to engage bigger numbers and how much they must pay you depending on the numbers that you do influence. Now the other way to segment influencers is to know by the type of content. For example, myself, I'm a blogger, I'm an Instagrammer, I'm a YouTuber. So there's so many different types of influencers in the sense that some are YouTubers, some are podcasters, some are Instagrammers, some have blogs, There's so many different outlets. So you understand by the type of content. Is it audio content? Is it written content? Is it video content? Some and most happen to do all of them, but some just choose some to say, I'm going to work with this and this is the type of influencer I'm going to be. So you need to define which mode you're going to be putting out. Are you best at written? Are you best at audio? Are you best at video? You choose your niche, you choose the way you want to put out your content, and that will define you as an influencer. So you can say, okay, in this space, I'm a video person, so I'm going to be a YouTuber. If you're a YouTuber, okay, how do I monetize this? Do I need to grow numbers? But numbers, in my opinion, are like the last thing you should worry about. They're not really that important, because once you define your niche, once you understand your audience, the numbers will come. The people who are looking for the content you're putting out will come. They will trust your voice on this, so you easily grow your audience. So growing your audience comes naturally after you've done the branding. So I'm going to be doing this series. I'm going to talk about branding, marketing, communications. I wanted to do this bit about influencer marketing because I get a lot of questions around that, and I figured some people could benefit from the information. So I'll be going back and forth. I think I'm going to go back and do the branding one more thoroughly, but for now I wanted to just talk a bit about influencer marketing, what it is, what is being an influencer, and my next video is going to be about how to become an influencer from scratch. I want to talk about the type of content you produce, what do you need to create that content, but more importantly, who are you influencing, how do you define that audience. So if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and watch the next video. I'll be seeing you very soon. Till then, stay kind.